Hi, I'm Derek from Good Times Marine, and this is the Senator 500 Cuddy. Now this variant's also available in a side console, and most people have seen it in the side console, certainly with the guys on YouTube, the ambassadors that work for Senator. But what the Cuddy does is give you that extra protection. It's the same format internally, and that extra protection is great if you're in an environment which is a bit colder, you cop those blustery winds, or you just want that extra protection because you do a lot of rough water work. So let's dive into the Cuddy and have a look at the cool features this boat offers. At the business end of the boat, we've got this live bait tank system. Now this is an option, but you'd be crazy not to get it. This just swings away and reveals the tank area here. At the front, you've got a tackle draw system as well. It's a really cleverly thought through little guy, and the best thing about it, it's removable. So if you don't want it for the day, it literally just unclicks and leave it at home. Deck wash system, a no-brainer in a boat like this. It comes standard with the Nano Dot U-Tread system on the boat, and that means you can just hose out all your mess on the back of the boat. A very, very neat way to keep your boat clean. If we look at the way this is designed, you've got side pockets that run the full length on both sides of the boat. One of the other good things that I've done with this boat is allow you to be able to push your toes right in. So if you stand up like this, you actually feel quite locked in. A lot of people talk about a chamber boat losing that toe hold, but the way they've engineered these side decks, it means that you can actually feel very secure, locked in with your feet pushed into the side of the chamber there. You'll notice on the 500 series in the Cuddy and in the side console, there's rail blazer mounts all around the boat. Now that gives you a lot of flexibility. Rail blazer have a huge array of different accessories and holders, even champagne cup holders if you'd like to have some. Whatever you want, it can be bolted to this boat, so it gives you lots of flexibility. You'll also notice with these boats, they have these really cool integrated cup holder, rod holder, combo systems built in. A lot of these people won't say they're a cup holder, they'll just say they're a sinker holder. Either way, they're built in. You can add an additional pair of these if you want to in your boat. Cleats, grab rails, all cool little features that are standard. But one of the things about the 500 Cuddy is everything in here can be unbolted effectively. We already talked about rail blazer and how that can be easily removed, like with the bait tank, for example. But the cushions up in the Cuddy, the seats, everything is easily unscrewed and removed. So it's like a completely flexible interior depending on what you're going to do with your day. One of the things that we do recommend putting in this boat is the underfloor fuel tank. It's around 110 litres, and that gives you an enormous range for a boat like this. The standard tote tank system means you're going to have to manage a portable tank, but having it underfloor just cleans up the deck of the boat and obviously gives you an enormous amount of range for those weekends away. And having a look at the console area here, the console itself is quite compact and small, and they've done that to allow plenty of manoeuvrability to be able to get in and out of the Cuddy. But having said that, there's certainly more than enough dash space to be able to fit what you need in a boat like this. This is a 9-inch screen. You can actually get up to a 16-inch screen bracket mounted across the top of the console. So if you're into big screens, you're going to have no problems in fitting that in this particular boat. We've also fitted a stereo system, and you've got the controller for the electric anchor winch that's been upgraded into this boat as well. And yet, even with that there's still plenty of room to be able to put additional things in here as well. We run all of our engine data back through the sounder screen, so if you're asking why there's no engine gauges come up on the actual Lowrance or Simrad screen, depending on how you set up the boat. This particular boat's been upgraded to the bolster style captain's chair. The standard chair is quite small, and I'm a bigger guy. I just like to have that extra comfort, and I find the bolster makes life even better when you're driving the boat, either to sit on it and get extra height, or to be able to stand and drive and just lean back against the bolster. Now in here, there's various different configurations with regards to the Cuddy seating. You can even get a toilet on board, so it's amazing what they've fitted into these small little boats. We've got the upgraded speaker boxes in here as well, and also just one other thing, just while I notice it, this grab rail is a standard feature, and you'll find this thing helps in so many ways when you're out there rocking around when you're up the front here. It's a really neat little feature, and especially if you're driving through heavy conditions, to be able to hold the rail while you're driving, as you'll find just give you that extra support while you're underway. Now, the front of the actual cabin itself here, the actual roof has got like a lip on it. It's almost like a mini wave breaker. It'll just help with any water deflection that comes up, and obviously deflecting the wind as well. This is actually a rocket launcher that's solid aluminium, and that aluminium runs all the way to the front of the bimini here, so the whole system is solid and it folds down. Now this is an option. I think you'd be crazy not to have it on the boat. The rocket launcher is going to be very valuable if you're out fishing, and obviously the ability to be able to fold it down makes it nice and easy to get it into your garage. How good's the setup at the front of this boat? In the bow, we've got the electric motor here. This is an option to have this plate. I think you would always order it with a plate even if you weren't getting an electric motor. And then with the electric anchor winch, this has been added in. It's a really good feature. It's not something you'd normally see on a boat this size, but this customer wants to have the best of both worlds for anchoring, fishing with bait, or moving around using the electric motor. We look up the top here, you've got the grab rails, which makes it very handy to be able to support the boat when you're at the wharf. And also the size of this access window is huge. So it doesn't matter how big you are, there's probably going to be a limit. But if you're my size or smaller, you're going to have no dramas getting through this front hatch and accessing everything up the front of the boat. There's lots of reasons why you would like a 500 series Senator. They've got great features and we've covered them off in this video, but one of the essential reasons is the Guardian chamber system. Now, this basically is a life ring around the boat. It's airtight, but it's also foam filled, and it does run the full perimeter all the way around. Effectively, if you were to compromise this hull in some way and fill it up with water, this boat's going to sit flat. So it gives you a huge amount of confidence knowing that from a safety point of view, this boat's effectively unsinkable. On top of that, this boat gives you exceptional stability at rest. So if you're a type of fisherman that's going to be walking around quite a bit, leaning over the side, bringing over those enormous fish that you catch, this particular boat's going to give you that excellent stability and you're not going to feel like you're going to roll the boat into the water. Underneath the chine here, you've got the consistent dead rise hull all the way through here. It gives this boat a very consistent ride. Nice and dry, and an all-round performance, fantastic in the cornering and that sort of thing as well. So once again, when it comes to a Senator, you're not just getting all the features that are packed into the boat, you're getting a dynamic hull performance as well. Let's have a look at the transom area of the boat. You've got a boarding step system that runs the full width, so when this engine's tilted down, it's almost like having an extended boarding step across the back of the boat, and it's just above waterline, so it's pretty handy if you're going to be swimming or you're snorkeling and you want to take your snorkel and goggles off, flippers off, you can just lay them on the step while you get into the boat. That's a neat little system, the way it's set up in the back of the boat. The engine, a lot of these get sold with a 75. If you'd like a little bit more top end speed like this customer, this has got the 90 on the back. You're going to get an extra 6 or 7 kilometers an hour. The actual whole shot and mid-range is basically the same between the 75 and 90 because they share the same power head. So we can have a chat to you about what you're using the boat for and work out which engine's going to be the best one for you. These side decks are nice and wide and very, very comfortable. It's a comfortable place to round up this video. The 500 Cuddy, if you're in the city and you've got compact parking at home, this is another reason why this boat makes so much sense, because with the protection of the Cuddy roof, you've got this Guardian chamber system which makes this boat unsinkable. The stability at rest and the on-water performance, this really does pack a heck of a lot of gear into one compact boat. So if you've got a tight storage place, this is the boat to think about because it's going to give you so much boat for the money. Thanks for listening to me today and look forward to showing you some more boats soon.